In the southern heart of Tamil Nadu, a river flows quietly. A river that fed kingdoms, fed crops, fed families. A river that never dies even when everything else around it does. A river named after copper, but today her tears are worth less than a single paise. And today, this river is at the center of a scandal worth rupees 246 crore. A scandal involving powerful industry, silent governments, broken promises, and the people left behind. And this is the story of Tamirabarani, the river they tried to sell for 1 paisa per liter. For thousands of years, Tamirabarani has been the lifeline of Tirunelveli and Thoothukudi. Her waters never stop. Her flow never fades. To the people who live along her banks, she is not a river, she is a relative. When the world dries, she does not. She feeds us even when the skies don't. But the world around the river was changing. Industries were expanding, factories were rising, and the river was becoming a resource to be tapped, not protected. In 1998, a government order fixed the tariff for drawing river water. The price? 1 rupees 50 paise per 1000 liters. Not per liter, per 1000 liter. 2 decades passed, but the price did not move, not even by a single rupee. No natural resource in the world has been kept at a 1998 price. This is unheard of. This is how exploitation begins. The river began to flow into pipelines, tankers, and industrial complexes. Large corporations lined up to take her water legally, cheaply, and endlessly. Their dues began to accumulate, but payments did not. According to a petition filed in 2025, the outstanding water charges were India Cements Limited 3.83 crore, DCW Limited 28.06 crore, VV Minerals 8.8 lakh, Arjun Pulp and Paper 1.1 lakh, and shockingly, TWAD boards own 2 massive schemes, 3 MGD scheme 10.15 crore, 20 MGD scheme a staggering 204.34 crore. Total unpaid dues 246.47 crore. A river was being used but not paid for. One man stepped forward, a man named Muthalanguriche Kamarasu. His petition to the Madurai bench of High Court was explosive. He accused industries and even the government of exploiting the river without paying dues. His petition demanded a complete audit of every company using river water, a breakdown of usage and unpaid taxes, identification and removal of illegal encroachments, a revision of the outdated water tariff, and a mandate that recovered funds to be used only for river restoration. The petition shook the system. Someone had to say it, someone had to speak for the river. The Madurai bench justices G.R. Swaminathan and P. Pugalendi took the petition seriously. They issued a notice to the Tamil Nadu government A deadline was set, answers were demanded, accountability was on the table. This was the first time a court demanded a full breakdown of water extraction, dues, and monitoring failures. This was not an accident, it was a system failure decades in the making. When industries prosper, government often look away. When money and power collide, rivers suffer silently. When a villager delays even rupees 500 of water tax, they get a notice in weeks. But industries owed 246 crore and no one said a word. This was not the first time people fought for the river. In 2016 and 2017, villages stood inside the river itself, waist deep in flowing water, protesting against industries drawing water at 1 paise per liter. They treat the river as business. We treat her as life. The protest made headlines, but the system remained unchanged. So what did Tamil Nadu government lose because 246 crore went unpaid? Experts say that money could have desilted entire water, restored canals, improved groundwater, controlled floods, cleaned pollution, strengthened the entire river basin. But instead, the river was drained, the money vanished, the people suffered. Tamirabarani is the only perennial river in the south. If she falls, the entire region collapses. This isn't just a water issue. This is food security, environmental justice, economic survival, cultural identity, a river's life and a people's fate. The case continues. The questions grow louder. Will the tariff be revised? Will the dues be collected? Will the industries be held accountable? Will the river finally receive justice? Or will the silence continue? Tamirabarani is not for sale. She is not a commodity. She is not a resource to be exploited. She is the bloodline of the South. She is the memory of her people. She is a river fighting for her life. She is asking a question, will you speak for me? Because if we don't fight for our rivers today, one day our rivers will exist only on maps and in memories. Tamirabarani is not asking for charity. She is demanding justice, and justice is coming downstream. Standing with our rivers isn't just responsibility. It's how we protect the future that belongs to all of us. To everyone watching out there, share this and spread the word. Let's amplify the river's cry because she has been silenced for too long. For every voice that's been ignored, we are here. Tune in and subscribe to hear stories that deserve to be heard.